Hi, it's Miss Dixon. It is Monday night and at about 7:11, and I wanted to get this uploaded and done like yesterday. So my apologies. I was in the classroom today and I thought of all of you because I had to clean everything and put everything up and away, and it was quite sad. So as ever, you guys, I am missing you terribly. I do want to go over the next 2 weeks, which is your short story writing assignment. It's broken up into steps, so if you want to think about it, steps 1 and 2 are this week, steps 3 and 4 are next week. There is no prompt. It is whatever you want your story to be. Okay, so let's just take a few minutes to go over this. And I have it here on the screen with it for you. For the past 3 weeks, you've been keeping a writing log with short pieces about whatever was on your mind. I gave you very specific things that I wanted you to look at, you guys, that you can use, or you don't have to use it. You can do something completely different. If you should have all those journal entries saved on your Google Drive. If you do not, let me know, and I will release it on my end. I'll physically return it to you or electronically return it to you. Just let me know, okay? So it says for the past 3 weeks, you've been keeping a writing log with short pieces about whatever was on your mind. You've also read some great ideas about writing in O'Brien's novel. Now it's your turn to put that to use. Over the next couple of weeks, you be writing your short story. This will be not be a personal narrative, even though it might be about you. It could, like again, it could be whatever you want. We'll do this step by step. If you follow the directions and put in a little effort into it, you might surprise yourself with a really good story. Think of it this way. You are writing something kind of like in the same style of storytelling as Tim's The Things They Carried. If you're really stuck of how to put words on paper, go back to some of the chapters that we read in The Things They Carried and emulate how Tim wrote, or just kind of look at that as kind of an inspiration. With each step, you guys, I have a quote by Tim, and this first one says, "But the things about remembering is that you don't forget. You take your material where you find it, which is in your life, at the intersection of past and present. The memory traffic feeds into a rotary up on your head where it goes in circles for a while. Then pretty soon imagination flows in and the traffic emerges and shoots off down 1,000 different streets. As a rider, all you could do is pick a street and go for a ride, putting things down as they come at you. That is the real obsession. All those stories." So I want you to start by looking back at the writing journal you did. Read through what you've written, but don't read it or correct it in a judgmental way. Just read it and see where it takes your imagination. Hopefully something will strike you that you can let your imagination run with. If not, remember that stories are for joining the past to the future. Just spend some time letting your imagination and your past run around in your head and see where it goes. Or in other words, take what you've written and add characters or elaborate in some way what you add or take away. Now, with each step, you guys, I kind of give you a suggested timeline for completion. And I say for this one to kind of let it kind of mull over your journal entries and kind of think about what you'd like to do. I say Monday or Tuesday. It can go into Wednesday. That's entirely up to you. Um, but step two, if you want to think of it, is actually getting some words down on paper, getting a start to all this. Um, and of course, it's ultimately due Friday at midnight. Over the weekend, and maybe even for those of you who turn it in early, I'll go ahead and grade it and give you some feedback. Okay? um, because the final copy will be due actually the following week. So let's go into step two. The thing about a story is that you dream it as you tell it, hoping that others might then dream along with you And in this way, memory and imagination and language combine to make spirits in the head. There is the illusion of aliveness. Once you've chosen a story to write, think about the basic story from beginning to end, created in your head, like a movie. See it happening as you think it through. It doesn't need to be the final version, just the basics of your story. Once you have the movie in your head, start writing it down. Do this on the Google Doc provided for week 8. So I actually give you a blank slate on which to write on that you'll actually turn in. Don't stop to think things, just get it out, put the movie on paper. Again, this will be due Friday, May 15th at midnight. It'll be graded as a first draft on the fact that you did it. You don't need to make it perfect. However, and this is a big however, you guys, is I need to be able to read it and understand what you're saying so that I can give you feedback and I can say, okay, they completed their work for the week. So try to make the spelling errors as minimal and that you're as clear as you possibly can. Does not need to be perfect, but I need to be able to understand what you're writing. Okay. So 1 week from today, step 3, look at it. Suggested timeline is Monday, Tuesday. Okay. I want you to read your draft several times the first couple of days. You should have my feedback probably Tuesday or before, next Tuesday or before. Each time you read it, you will see little things you want to correct or change. Remember that O'Brien said, I want you to feel what I felt. I want you to know why story truth is truer sometimes than happening truth. Happening truth and story truth are two different things. It's like factual versus the core of what you're getting across is true. You just might have elaborated some parts. You might have added a character or added some details to kind of enliven your story. Okay? And it says here, this is when you realize your draft is to make it do what you want it to do. Will the reader feel what you want them to feel? It does not have to be true. It needs to be story true or hold an element of being real, quote unquote, even if you've elaborated upon something or made up characters. Okay. Step 4, now add the finishing touches, excuse me. Read the draft again. Does everything in the story add something to what you're trying to do? Think about questions the reader might have and try to answer those in the story. Remember also that good stories show, they do not tell. That's hard to do, I know it, but try to give some details of what you're looking at or what you're describing in your scene or in your story. Show me what happens in the story, just don't tell me. It should be a good mixture of both. Make all the changes you think you need to make. Make sure you check your spelling and punctuation. Polish the story, make it shine. When you think it is complete, put it aside. Don't submit it yet. Wait for a full day, even if it's late, and then read it one more time. Okay, if you think it's ready, turn it in. If not, add any touches and needs and then turn it in. Now, you guys, here's a big caveat to this. You can't it can't be a week late or anything like that. If it's Friday night and you want to take the weekend to play with it a little more, that's okay. But just don't let it get turned in past Tuesday, let's say, okay? It is due, week 9, it is due May 22nd, 2020 at 11:59 p.m. It should be 500 words or 1.5 pages. And again, I will give you a template next week to put the final version on. Double space it so it's easy for me to read and kind of get through. 12-point Times Roman font, as if you were typing it and turning it a physical copy into me. Okay, make sure it has a title. It says right there, make sure it has a title. I really look forward to reading these stories. Have fun with it. Don't stress out too much on it. This Wednesday, I will have office hours from 1 to 2. Come in, ask me any questions, get some feedback. Maybe you have an idea and you want to run it by me. Maybe you need to tell me, you need to ask, hey, what am I missing? Was there something I missed? I show a missing, but I could have sworn I turned it in, whatever it is. Okay, you guys, that's it. As you can tell, I'm pretty tired. This is the second time I've recorded this, matter of fact. Take care, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.